name's Luke Burnett. Why did I become a volunteer firefighter? Serve the community. I wanted to join the military, but really wasn't cut out for me. It's like in my family, so I decided to stay home and serve the country and the community from home. And I would highly recommend it. And the reason why is because there's no better feeling when it's someone's worst day. You know, their worst day in the world, and you're responding to it, and you get a thank you. And you know, that doesn't go. I mean, you don't think a thank you goes a long ways until you're out there 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, pouring down rain, snow, sleet, stuff like that. And they're like, thank you so much, you know. And they expect us, we're supposed to get paid, but we don't. And close knit of the brotherhood too. Like everybody's got each other's back. Like I could sit down, have a meal, something go on with one of my vehicles or something like that, and I could call one of the guys up here, and they're like, all right, man, I'll be there in a minute. Yeah. It's something you're not going to run into in everyday life until you actually sacrifice yourself a little bit. It's worth it.
My name's Christopher Harris. I became a fireman because my father was a fireman, so I've always grown up around it. It's the only thing I've ever really known. My father, he was on Brookville here for about 5 years, and then he's a captain with Lynchburg Fire Department. He's been with them for 20, and it's just him and my Uncle Eddie. My Uncle Eddie was on Brookville-Timberlake as well. So it's just something I've grown up around. It's all I've ever really known and all I've ever really wanted to be. And I would recommend it to people, but I would also say to be on the side of make sure it's something you want to do, because you're going to see a lot of things some things you'll never forget, and you'll have to put your life on the line for your fellow firemen and your citizens, and it's kind of a gut check. You got to make sure you're able to do that, and it's not for the faint of heart for some people, and some people just aren't cut out for it.
My name is Matt Creasy. Back in 1999, my best friend was killed in a car accident in the first due territory of this fire department. And I remember thinking that night that, I wanted to help people. I wanted to be there, to help them and get them through those times, because I was on the bad end of the stick that night and the next day and those few weeks and months and years afterwards. And it took me a couple years, but I came up here and tried to apply. Ended up going in the military. Once I got out of the military, I came back, and I've been on the department ever since I got back in 2007. And I think everybody should give it a shot. I think everybody should have some sort of public safety, military service, something like that. It makes you put things in life in a lot different perspective. Things that are seen and done, makes you take the little things we have in life less for granted and be more thankful for them. I don't think people in the community that haven't witnessed or had the devastation of a fire or losing a loved one in a car accident, if they haven't gone through that themselves, then they have no clue, what all is involved. If they haven't had a loved one on our department, some type of public safety, to know what goes on behind the scenes. We've got guys up here that they don't get paid a dime, but they probably spend 80 hours, 2 weeks up here. It's basically a second job for them. They spend so much time up here. So.
My name is Jared Womack. I'm the chief of Brookville-Timberlake Volunteer Fire Department. And back in 1982, I went to a fundraiser at a little small fire department about 50 miles from here, and had a lot of fun. I said, hey, this is something I want to give a try. So 35 years later, I'm still doing it. I do it because, people lay their heads on their pillows at night and go to sleep and think, something goes wrong, there's somebody's going to come and help me. And, this is not a paid area. We're all volunteers. So, there's 35,000 people that live in just our response area, so they expect somebody to show up when something goes wrong, their worst day is our best day. But I've been doing it for 35 years now and have no regrets whatsoever. Highly recommend it to anybody. Because this is a different group of people up here. We all look out for each other all the time. We have a lot of fun when we do it. And it's a lot of satisfaction in doing something like this. The pay is zero. You got to be crazy because, somebody's house catches on fire, they run out. We run in. So You know, some ain't right about that, but I would highly recommend it to everybody, and the community needs volunteers, without a doubt.